What's up, folks? Welcome to Shooting the Shizney with the B-Meister. Today's guest, Greg Walker. Unbelievable dude. Unbelievable story. It's unbelievable the adversity this guy's come through in order to achieve success. So I wanted to bring him to you. What's going on, Greg?
I'm just chilling, man. Chilling with you.
Appreciate you coming in. I know you got like 5 seconds before you got to drive down to your book signing. You got 6 seconds?
6.
That's awesome.
Maybe 7 for you.
7 for me. Oh, I like it. I like it. Hey, listen, man. I'm inspired by your story. You know, I hear a lot of gurus come through Lightspeed, and I see a lot of gurus on social media. And when I say guru, what I mean by that is someone trying to teach people how to do things. A lot of them that I hear always want to make it sound as if they started from nothing and or they did start from nothing, depending on which one and which story. You, my friend, have actually had some adversity. What's the first thing you can remember that happened to you negatively in your life? The first thing.
First thing I remember seeing my father throw my mother's head through a wall.
How old were you?
Probably maybe 6, and I remember seeing the plaster, the drywall, and my mother's head I could just see the back of her head through the wall. And all I remember is just seeing police officers coming.
6 years old.
It had to have been at least 6 years old.
How many siblings were running around? How many rugrats were running around with snotty noses?
14.
14 kids. 14 siblings. How big a house?
About 775 square feet, 800 square feet. 800
square feet with 14 kids in it. Your dad was prolific.
He was a drunk. He was a monster. He was a drug addict. He was a genuine monster. If there could be a monster of any kind in a human form, that was my father. So
6 years old, you see him slam your mom's head through the wall. What do you say about that? Like, what'd you guys do?
We screamed. That's where I first heard about children's services. Children's services coming in, people saying, they're going to take Greg, they're going to take Kathy, whoever it is, they're going to take that. I did not know what children's services was. That still sticks in my heart. And that's why I raised my niece and nephews today, because I don't want them to go to children's services.
So 6 years old, your dad put your mom's head through the wall. Is that the worst of it?
That's not the worst of it. The worst of it is when I woke up, my father was back in our life, coming in our house. And I woke up, I heard a bang. And I saw my father holding a bottle of, we know now as Jack Daniels. And he's got a gun in his other hand. I see my mother at the bottom of the floors, at the bottom of the stairs. He looks at me, and I'm crying. I hear people screaming, and he says, "Boy, that's what happens when you open your fucking mouth."
And what did he do? He shot your mom in the back of the head?
In the back of the head. She's at the bottom of the floor. I didn't speak till I was 11 years old. Never asked my wife for 30 years to marry me because of that. After seeing child psychologists at 40, 46, 47 years old, I figured out that's why I never spoke to anybody. With multiple restaurants, never holding a meeting, I delegated everything. And now I understand. My father cannot hurt me anymore.
Well, let's get back before the restaurants. Turns out he ends up successful, owning a bunch of restaurants and, kick-ass dude. But let's go back. Your mom, your dad killed your mom.
Yeah, shot her in the back of the head.
And then how old were you then?
I was probably about 7, 8 years old.
Okay, so 6 years old, there's some abuse. 7 years old, your dad kills your mom. So I imagine he goes to prison.
Yes, went to prison.
Who's raising you now?
My sisters, my older brothers. They were really no better, but they were nice to me. They were drug addicts, alcoholics, prostitutes. All my brothers, all 8 of them were in and out of prison.
Well, not at 6 years old, they weren't.
No. I have a brother who is 72 years old, so we have a huge age gap.
So these guys were up to no good.
Always, because of the way they were raised. I tell people I don't believe there's bad kids. They were just raised by bad parents.
So ultimately, they're into some bad business, and now you're left at 6, 7, 8 years old to be raised by pimps, prostitutes, and
hooligans. Yes, if you can name it, I have a plethora of failure.
So needless to say, you had no positive role model in your life.
I had no one. I had no one to teach me I'm supposed to be a failure. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at 51 years old. I'm supposed to, when my principal asked me to drop out because my 12 siblings before me, he was right. I should be that 13.
So the school you went to, your family was so infamous that they didn't even want you there based on the past 12 kids that were from your family.
Yes. One of my brothers who just passed away about 2 weeks ago took his own life. I remember hearing about how he was getting high, walking in between class to class, and he basically just told the principal, I don't give a fuck, as Brad Lea would say.
I wouldn't say that.
So, and that was in the 7th grade. That story.
I wouldn't say that. Don't blame that shit on me. No, dude, this is some serious stuff because listen, there's a lot of entrepreneurial types out there that follow me. They're wanting to, make a success out of their life. They're looking to support their families better. And a lot of times when I talk to them, I got to hear their problems. Like, they were on government cheese. I mean, you were on government cheese? Boo-hoo. Did you get constipated? How's that blocking you? When I hear your story, it's mind-blowing because, like, was it your sister that was 11 years old that got pregnant?
Yeah, 11 years old got pregnant.
I mean, who gets pregnant at 11 years old? Obviously, if a 11-year-old gets pregnant, it's probably because an adult or someone way too old was doing her.
That's right. Yeah, she was 11, he was probably 20.
See, I mean, like, that's unbelievable. I got Amber over there getting ready to tear up. At the end of the day, I mean, this is some serious shit. Like, the other day when someone asked me, how do I deal with getting knocked down? It's like, I've never been knocked down. Dude, this is getting knocked down, but you came back. You ended up, making the right choices and doing the right thing. And my question for all the people watching is, if this guy can go through watching his mom get whacked, having his dad basically abuse all of the children, have brothers and sisters get molested. Were they getting molested?
On a ride. I remember walking in my sister's room. My older sister yelling at me, "Get your ass out of here," because they were protecting me.
But what were they doing?
Oh, my dad was molested, having sex with them, raping them. And I'm talking about things I would never want my 28-year-old daughter to see on a TV.
Now, see, again, guys, your government cheese problem is probably not that much of a problem, but even if it is a problem, tell them how you dealt with these challenges that would normally eliminate anybody's chance of success and still succeeded. How did you still succeed? How did you push through those? How did you get past those?
Well, I had mentors. I had a teacher who changed my life. I had a guy named Dave Thomas who helped me, who started a hamburger chain called Wendy's after his daughter, Melinda Lou. I always wanted to be successful. I always looked at other people. I saw people holding doors for people. I still hold, after 30 years, I hold my wife's door open every day. Every day I open the door, I close the door for her, I make our bed every single day. Because if that's the one thing I could do to make her happy, but I always learn from other people. I would watch the Brady Bunch and say, I want that life. So even though I didn't have parents to teach me, I emulated other people by watching them. And I wanted to succeed. I didn't know what success was, but I wanted things that I saw on TV or the outside world. And then all I did was I found someone like Brad, I found someone like Dave Thomas, and I said, how can I do this? Because success is easy. It really is. The process is painful. It's hard. But success is easy. Once you choose it, once you take that action, you put one foot in. I'm not talking about manifesting, because manifesting is a bunch of crap. It is. I can manifest all day long. I want to go lose 39 pounds. But if I don't get on the treadmill, if I'm not lifting the weights, it's not doing nothing. So you drop the word manifest and just go do things. Go do shit, as he would say.
Take action.
That's it. Take action.
I need to clean up my image if everything I would say is shit and fuck and everything else.
Not all of it.
Why are you blaming it on me?
Because I want to say those things sometime, but I can't.
Oh, so you just want to blame it on me?
There you go.
You can blame it on me. So listen, here's what it sounds like what you're saying is that you wanted it so bad, all of those problems became nothing.
They meant nothing to me. All I could see what was in front of me. When I saw a nice car, I said, I want that car. I don't care what it's going to take me. I don't care how long I have to go without sleep. I wanted that car. I wanted that house. I wanted to make sure my baby girl who's now 29 years old, I wanted to make sure that she never had to want for anything.
Listen, if you guys want a book to teach you some mindset and how to get what you're looking for, Dream to Grow Rich, where do they get this book?
They can go to greginspires.com to get their autographed copy. They can go to Barnes & Noble for the hard copy, or they go to Amazon.com to look for Dream to Grow Rich. How to dream, grind, and hustle your way to success. Because I believe you only need 3 things. You need a dream or a vision, a daily grind, get up and work when you don't want to, and then the hustle. What are you doing on Memorial Day? Are you eating hot dogs? Or are you planning your dreams? That's all you need, those 3 things.
Look, man, if this guy can do it, you can do it. Go get this book. His story, is your story in this book?
It's in there.
his stories in this book, this isn't even the half of it. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if that's all that happened to this dude, I wouldn't be so impressed. It times this by freaking 10x, like 10x this. And you still probably went through the first 3 chapters. It's so unbelievable the odds this guy's overcome to achieve massive success. This book not only tells you about that story, but teaches you how to achieve that success by following the same principles he learned the hard way. We won't even talk about that right now. However, let me ask you this. I don't care about the time. That's up to him. So everybody quit looking like we got, no time. And when he wants to leave, he can leave. But until he wants to leave, let's see if there's any questions. Do you guys have any questions about anything and everything that we can have Greg answer real quick? And yeah, see, there's the time. It's 12:02. So anytime you want to walk, you walk. They'll cue the music and we'll roll. But I think questions, share this out with your people too, because there's a lot of people out there that, they literally are paralyzed or afraid or complain or bitch and moan about problems which aren't even problems. I was talking to Greg earlier and I said, man, if we threw all our problems in the middle of the table, everybody in the room threw their problems in the middle of the table and I saw his, I'd be fighting to get mine back. Everybody wants to worry about their problems when guess what? Their problems probably aren't even problems to somebody else. You should be thankful for the problems you have, because without problems, your life would be boring, just like sports. I mean, if there were no opposition in sports, no one would watch sports. What if when you went to play baseball, there was no opposing team? There was nobody trying to block and tackle football players. It wouldn't be fun. So again, like your problems, what I do is I turn them into games. Every problem that I face, I try to turn into a little puzzle or a game, and then it's fun, because I'm a gamer. I like Call of Duty. But questions?
What scares you today?
What scares you today? Who asked that question?
Oh, sorry. Mike Chavez.
Mike Chavez, great question. What scares you today? Share this out.
What scares me today is not doing what I love to do. But I do it. I just do it. People ask, how do you do something? You just do it. When I hear people say, this guy has the secret to success, we always say there's no secret to success. You just do whatever you want to do.
Do whichever you want to do and keep going. Now, a lot of people are sitting there, I guarantee you, they're thinking, well, that's easy for you to say. You got you got money now. So it's easy now.
I saw a guy, I don't know, his name is Vic. He speaks all over the world, born with no legs, no arms. He's water skiing. He gets up, he puts his head down, and you're going to complain about that you got a little crust underneath your nail because you got a fungus? This dude has no arms or legs, and he's doing things.
Who's complaining over?
That's right. Who's complaining?
On fungus?
Someone out there is.
Like, why would you use that one?
It could be Ken Walls. I don't know.
Come on, dude. Hit him in the face. You're complaining about fungus under your nail? I don't think I've ever heard anybody complain about that.
Wait, no.
I did, though I would complain about it.
See what Amber would complain about.
You should complain about your toenails. You should probably rethink coming to work altogether with those things.
They're actually way better than yours.
See, now here's the deal. See, this is my point. Like, people worry about the little things, man. You've had some major shit, you blew right past it and you achieved success. Anybody out there that has any issues, man, blow past your issues. Why'd you call it dream to grow rich? Why dream to grow rich?
Well, because I was called the big dreamer. You're going to be the first person to make it out of high school, and no one's ever done that. You're going to start a business. No one's ever even became a manager at a McDonald's, but you think you're going to own franchises all over the country? So he's called me a big dreamer, and that's a friend of mine who passed away, Tennis Gatewood, is known as the Builder, passed away after 10 years of fighting cancer. He said, Greg, that's who you are. You're the big dreamer. So when my neighbor says...
You sound more like the big doer. You're not dreaming.
That's what he said.
You accomplished it.
Yes, I believe in, nothing happens unless first a dream. Everyone you dreamed of having this. Someone dreamed about having this $1,000 iPhone.
Well, my dad's worth like $3.2 billion. He paid for all this. You guys think I built this myself? First of all, I didn't build it myself anyway. That's actually a joke. The whole team here helped me build it. However,
that's right.
I did nothing compared to this cat right here. Zero. I feel stupid even saying, like I had fungus under my nail.
Now, most people, Brad, when my neighbor said, dude, I bet you hate planting all those flowers in your yard. I bet you hate cleaning that big house. And I turned it around. I don't have to do anything. I get to plant those 3,500 flowers. I get to clean my 10,000 square foot house. I get to go to a job or a business. So many people, you go to a Walmart, what do you hear people say? How you doing? I'm stuck at this shitty job. Well, America's so great. My wife and my nieces hate this. We were at our condo in Myrtle Beach. I saw a girl and I said, hey, how you doing today? She says, they got me this fucking job. And I said, can I see your ankles? And my wife, my nieces and daughter, they say, see you, we're going shopping. The girl said, where are they going? I said, well, I just want to see your ankles. She said, why? I said, let me see your ankles. She showed them to me. I said, there's no glue, there's no shackles holding you down. Leave now and go live your dreams. And all she wanted to do, I said, what do you want to do, a rocket scientist? You want to be a rocket scientist? You want to cure AIDS?
Dude, if I was you, I'd get a metal plate on the back of your hand, and I'd just walk around, and anytime someone complained, I'd just bitch slap them.
Well, no, all she wanted to do, I thought she wanted to do something big. She wanted to be a hairstylist. I said, you're complaining about your life, and you want to be a hairstylist? I thought you wanted to be I said, listen, I can find you someone right now in 20 minutes that can teach you how to become not just become a hairstylist, but to own your own salon. I told her, here's a guy's number who he has salons all over the country. He knows nothing about cutting hair.
So tell them what you think about excuses. What's the bottom line on excuses? If they're out there giving excuses.
Excuses, those are the 7 deadly friends I tell people to get away from. Stop telling yourself, stop lying to yourself. So many people say, I don't have the talent. Talent's overrated. I don't believe in talent. Because there's a lot of people that have I have no talent. 454 out of 455 high school kids, right? I have no talent. But what I do have is a heart. What I do have is a work ethic.
I got you beat there. See, I knew I'd have something more sad than you.
What's that?
455, you graduated out of what?
454.
I didn't graduate.
Oh, you got it.
See, I never thought I'd celebrate that, but I finally found a reason that's better than somebody.
He's a winner.
He graduated. I dropped out. Yes.
Yes.
Hey, listen. Any more questions? Because he's got to run to California.
Yes.
Hey, he's got a book. Hold on. He's got a book signing. Down in Rancho Cucamonga. If you're in Rancho Cucamonga or you're in California, you want to meet Greg, he'll be at a book signing at the Barnes & Noble where? Does anybody know where? Rancho Cucamonga?
Yeah.
There might be more than one, but look around, call the store, ask if Greg Walker's going to be there signing his book. Go get yourself an autographed copy. The dude's inspirational. 2 more questions.
Two more.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Toes.
How long did it take? I don't know what you think is so wrong with me.
Come on, we're out of time. Come on, Toes. Come on, Toes.
How long did it take you to see success?
How long did it take you to see success? Who asked the question?
Sorry, I keep forgetting. Alejandro Lopez.
Alejandro Lopez. Thank you for the question.
I saw success when I got my first Subway restaurant. The day I took it over, the day I signed those papers, I was a success. The question should be, when did I make my first $1 million? It was the second day. I just never got the money in the bank for 30 years.
Damn, dude. Someone's bad at accounts payable. Question.
Brett Coffey asks, I'm not going to look for it. Basically, how did you get into public speaking with Les Brown and all the people you spoke with?
Brett Coffey, good question. My question is there private speaking? Is there such a thing?
They're usually in the champagne room. That's what I heard. I just heard that in the champagne. And there's no champagne.
Hey, trust me, I've been there, and there's no speaking going on.
No wine cellar.
Yeah, there's no speaking in the champagne rooms.
Well, Brett, rock on, brother, there in Canada with your Van Halen. I love you, but I tell people all the time, I didn't speak till I was 48 years old because of a guy named Mike Williams, who's the mentor to Les Brown. My doctor told me I should join Toastmasters because I was so shy. I didn't know what Toastmasters was. I tell people now, I looked at my doctor, I looked at Mike Williams, I said, I'm a lifelong diabetic. I can't eat bread. So I told him, I said, you guys know I can't eat bread. They started laughing. I had no idea what I thought Toastmasters was like a Sony, a Yamaha. I thought you put toast in it. They taught me it was an organization that teaches you how to speak, how to use pauses as, what's her name?
Patricia Fripp.
Yes. And she speaks like this. So.
Well, she has a VT that teaches people how to do public speaking and professional persuasive presentations. And one of her favorite lessons that I learned was you need to, create dramatic pauses. One of them would be, would it surprise you to know? Pause. And then you go.
So when I learned...
try it.
No, I can't say
Come on, you can do it.
I can't say
One
it.
time.
Would it surprise you to know?
Perfect. See that?
So I joined.
Just saved you $4,000 by the way.
That's right. $4,000 an hour. So I went to Toastmasters. They taught me I had a gift. Les Brown, 7 of his 10 kids live in Columbus, Ohio, where he was the DJ at. So he always thought that I had a gift also. I started speaking for free. Went to San Francisco. Murray Newlands of Forbes magazine saw me speaking. He put good things in. I'm on this thing called Blab where I met Brad. I was with a guy, Steady Divine, who's in Africa. Now I do training, entrepreneur training in Zambia, Africa. I'm heading to Israel. So it's possible if it's possible for me, it's possible for you. There's someone out there who has a skill right now who can speak. They can say things that I can't say. But the difference between you and I, see, someone told me one time, Greg, you sucked when you spoke. Les Brown told me to ask that guy, how many times do you speak?
Dude, you don't have a speech. You have a story.
Yes, and that's why I don't write. I've never written a speech, and that's something that Les Brown told me is, Greg, you don't write speeches. You tell your story. Because speeches tell, stories sell.
Unbelievable. One more question.
Where did it go? Who are you inspired by these days?
Who am I inspired by? I'm inspired by my 2 young nieces that I raised, because the things that they have come through, the things that I've seen, my niece Casey, who she's been in therapy for 10 years now. She loves Pizza Hut, Domino's. And people say, why does she love that so much?
Especially when you own a Subway.
Yes. Well, that's because before I got full custody of her, she was raised in strip clubs. Her daddy was always running from the police. So the reason why she loves these companies is because they deliver to strip clubs. They deliver to apartments. She was constantly running from the police. So that little girl who was raised in strip clubs, she can go to Princeton University next year if she wants to. So she inspires me. My 2 nieces, my 2 nephews, who they don't have a daddy anymore, they inspire me. The guy who's born with no arms, no legs, who's water skiing, he inspires me. The guy who's homeless, who now owns $1 million condo, he doesn't inspire me because he has $1 million condo. He inspired me because he lifted himself up, and he wanted more, and he got more.
Yeah, so man, if you guys don't go get that book, you're nuts. If you don't follow this cat, where do they follow you?
GregInspires.com.
GregInspires.com. What social media are you on? Where can they follow you? Do you tweet?
Facebook.
Do you tweet and stuff like that?
I'm not a tweeter.
He's about to. We're going to get him.
Yes.
We're going to get him more known on social media. The story's unbelievable. If you guys are watching this and you're letting problems stop you, if you're letting challenges stop you, and you want us to call you a whambulance, we'll go ahead and do that. But if you want to be inspired, look at this dude, because I can tell you it says it's GregInspires.com for a reason. The dude is amazing. He's overcome all kinds of obstacles and challenges that were actually obstacles and challenges. So I want you to go look in the mirror, look at yourself, and ask yourself one question. Is it really a problem? Because I think it's only a problem if you make it one. It's only a problem if you allow it to be one.
Follow me at Greg Inspires on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Follow me at Dream Grind Hustle. Come join me on Facebook. Like Brad says, I need to get more involved with social media. Go to my YouTube channel, Greg Inspires. You'll see a lot of testimonials. I'm still trying to get in front of the camera. Brad's showing me how I need to come up with my own video. So when I get back to Columbus Monday, I'm going to start looking for a videographer, and I'm going to make that video.
Yeah, people need to see what happened to you, man. That would inspire them, because again, most people aren't going to disagree that their problems look like pleasures next to the shit you faced. Or as Greg would say, the fucking shitty faced.
Why's it got to be me?
But I'm just saying, like when I hear about what happened to you, of course, again, I'm not one of those guys that sits there having a pity party. Like, I don't think anything's ever bad. I don't think anything bad has ever happened to me, although other people might think it's bad. I've never thought it was bad. But when I hear you, dude, I almost feel like shutting down my social media and quit telling people advice, because like I've done nothing compared to the Greg man. So listen, go get his book, read more about it. You haven't even heard a fraction of it. He's got to run, or I'll keep talking. But I know Shane DeGaray, I still can't pronounce that name. Jeremy Rubin, appreciate you guys for bringing this cat by. Noel Walsh is in the house. I don't know if you guys know him, but you will if he gets on Lightspeed. If not, I guess he'll just be the lid of a pie.
One more thing, Brad. I want to let everyone know, when you complain in life, 80% of people don't care about your problems. The other 20% are happy it's you. So why whine?
Yeah, and that's the truth too, man. So many people out there. Yeah, boy, you can say that again. Say that again.
80% of people don't care about your problems. 20% are happy it's you.
And you know that 70% of all statistics are made up on the spot.
That's right.
And as Shane told me, 10 out of 7 people don't understand fractions. All right, man, you got to roll. Appreciate you coming by. Hey, follow this cat. He's a stud, and that's the bottom line. Peace.
Okay.